Here with Ed Coore, Josiah Henson, and Dale Sullivan talking about distinguished member. Dick Delgado went in first. Ed, we'll start with you. What was the one thing about Dick Delgado that makes him deserving of this award, being in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame as a distinguished member?
Well, first of all, without enumerating all of them or the number of national championships he won. In fact, he was outstanding wrestler in the NCAA, that he made an Olympic team. And in many ways, I think that Dick was the beginning. We talk about different ethnic groups now today in wrestling. We talk with a great deal of pride about our blacks. We talk about other groups and so forth. And in some ways, Dick Delgado, along with a guy named Mike Rodriguez, they were the beginning of the great Hispanic wrestlers. They really started off, and now today you have guys like Olympic champions and so forth. But Dick was a guy who started out with not a great deal of resources and so forth. He went in the Navy. He started wrestling. He started winning national championships, and he was an exceptional wrestler. He had tremendous upper body strength for a man of his weight, and he was uncanny. He was a very sly wrestler, and he was a very good person. He was a wonderful guy. He in fact beat me off the team at Oklahoma. When he came to Oklahoma, and I have to say, out of self-defense, I did beat him a number of times. But nevertheless, he was a very good wrestler. But he was the kind of guy that even though he did that to me, I could not but still like him. He was a very likable, good person, and he was a great wrestler.
I'll cut over you, Dale. You said you were his roommate.
Well, in Dick's freshman year, which was my sophomore year, I go into my room in Lincoln House, and my new roommate is a young man by the name of Dick Delgado. I say young, he was 3 years older than I was, but he was a year behind me in school. Because he'd been in the Navy for 4 years. But we grew very fond of him, and I think Ed just told all of his accomplishments. He would have been a 3-time national champion except for a guy named Terry McCann. And Dick couldn't beat Terry McCann, but he beat everybody else. But nobody in the world could beat Terry McCann at that time either, so it wasn't any bad thing that he couldn't beat him. Dick was just an all-around nice guy, and he'd give you the shirt off his back. He really would. Gosh, I don't know. We just had so many good times together. I ended up staying my 5th year because I got hurt 1 year, so I was there at OU with Dick for 4 years. And we had some good times and some bad times. We lost some matches we shouldn't have lost, or wish we hadn't lost, or at least I didn't know most of his. But anyway, when we first met with Leroy here a few years ago and trying to get some recognition for the military wrestlers, we asked Leroy at that time why Dick wasn't in the Hall of Fame. And of course, Leroy really didn't know much at that time about Dick, so he kind of told us what was necessary to get a person in the Hall of Fame, and so we went to work on it. And lo and behold, here 3 or 4 years later, it's come to fruition, and we're certainly glad.
All right, Mr. Henson, you just talked about, before we started, about how you knew of him entering the Navy. Why don't you tell us that story a little bit?
Well, I was well ahead of him. We had an outfit like that in 48, which I was on, and I was ordered back a regular tour of duty, so I taught school there in the evenings. And I separated my shoulder that time, and I came back in 52, and I think that's when Delgado was there. 52 or 56? Which was it?
He did 56 when he was on the Olympic team.
Okay, 56. I didn't know him then, really, but I knew him from AAUs and things like that. And he was a great wrestler, no doubt about it. And I've heard several people say why he wasn't in here before. You have to nominate him. You have to get ready and get him elected. So they've now done that. And he deserves it because he has a hell of a record. And I didn't know him that well.
You're so nice.
I was all for him because he was a Navy guy, see? And that gave him the opportunity to try out for the Olympics. And that was one of the good things about it.
Thank you, Chris.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.